Hey everybody, it's Eric from Rosetree, outstanding in the field. Today's a 2-for-1 day. We get two things to talk about in one place. So I'm standing in a field of the soybeans last year. Now it's got a whole lot of red dead nettle, which is hands down my favorite natural cover crop because you can burn this stuff off and no-till through it without any issues, and it's great. They injected manure into this field last night, so you can kind of see right here is an injection slot, and then 18 inches over we've got another injection slot, and you can really see it when I stand up and I start walking across the field where the manure is injected. We've been seeing a lot of increases in acres of manure injection over the past couple of years because it doubles the amount of nitrogen that you're able to retain from our manure applications. Last night they injected it. The farmer was a little bit concerned that the soil conditions were too wet, and so he and I went out and we're digging around in the fields today just looking to see what the conditions were like. So number one, in a no-till field, if you can take your shovel and just push it down into the soil like that, you don't have any kind of compaction problems to worry about at all. So, just like a true no-till field should, when you dig it, the soil kind of crumbles. That's what happens from long-term no-till. So no tire tracks where this shovel came from. You can kind of see where the tire tracks would have been. Come right here. Here's where tire tracks are. So we're going to do the same thing here. The shovel goes down almost as easy. Bring that up. Turn it over and check it out. What you'll notice is right there is your depth of compaction from the manure application. That compaction would have occurred whether or not he was injecting or not injecting, but that'll pull apart. And right there is your compacted layer. These soil conditions are perfect, yet we're still seeing this compaction from manure application, and it's really because you've got a tractor and a tanker that weighs, several thousand pounds. But even though it's compacted, look at how easily this soil kind of falls apart. And what that tells me is that this cover crop, even though it's a natural cover crop of dead nettle weeds, is really doing its job to protect that soil from compaction that's going to occur in the spring from manure applications. So shout out to cover crops for the work that they do in keeping these soils resilient from compaction with a root mass just from weeds. Right, that's pretty fun. Shout out for injection because he's doubling the amount of nitrogen he's able to retain, and all around just a good thing that guys are doing right now in fields. So let's go over here, check out this is Triticale ryegrass. So he's going to plant a mixture of Triticale and annual ryegrass here, and you can kind of see here's the annual ryegrass. It's a shinier stem compared to what the Triticale is going to be, which is more of a muted green. You can kind of see them right next to each other right here, the difference between annual ryegrass and Triticale. So I'm going to go down here and pull this one out, and right now we're looking at growth stages in Triticale and rye. You should be able to use your thumb and your thumbnail and just pull that plant apart, and somewhere right in here should be the head. That's what they call growth stage 7. So right now most of our Triticale that was planted on time in southeast Pennsylvania is in what I would call growth stage 7, jointing. So not a whole lot of disease in this canopy yet. If there was powdery mildew concerns, you would see it down lower here in the canopy. As I walk across the field, I don't see powdery mildew. What I do see every now and then is a little bit of rust coming on these plants, but it's not something that we're going to worry about for right now. But over the next couple of weeks, my main concern in these Triticale fields is disease pressure. Powdery mildew, striped rust, any other kind of goofy thing that's going to be going on. Because of the weather that we've had and how warm it's been this winter, we're going to see increased disease pressure, and it's going to come on pretty strong here in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, definitely want you watching out for that as you're walking your fields. So have a great day. Inject your manure if you can, and have a good day.